Okay, we're going to start actually building using Base 44, an application today. And in that application, you can do a web page or we can do a mobile app. We have quite a bit of different choices. I think we're going to just start with doing a web page. One of the things that I have been challenged with as a business entrepreneur is that whole concept of creating proposals and writing bids and generating that type of financial background with. A lot of times what we want to do is master the skill, and that is great. You have to start there. But after that, you have to know how to properly present proposals and create invoices. And at the end of the day, get paid what you're worth and what the work represents. So what we're going to do is we're going to use base 44. That's the building tool. So I want you guys to watch me. My goal is for you can even start doing your own building using the free version. To get some of the real benefits out of it, though, you do need to upgrade to a paid version. I use the Builders program. It's about $50 a month, but that's what allows me to create unlimited agents that do actual tasks for me, as well as applications that I can work in and help me run my business. This is all about using technology to leverage yourself, because oftentimes that entrepreneur is being the business manager, the copywriter, the actual person who does that, the skill set that the business is based on, but they're also doing all of that back end work. And so this is how you are able to use technology to just alleviate a lot of that pressure, leverage yourself so that even though you're one customer or you're one business, you are able to represent yourself bigger. So we're going to go into base 44 and we're going to choose application and agents are your choices. Application or agents. Remember, we chose agents to create our agents for being a chief of staff, being a business manager, being a content provider, marketing, all of those different functions. But today we're going to actually build applications. And so we're going to select application and it's going to ask me, what do I want to build here? And this is the one that I selected. I've already written out the prompt. So I'm going to show you a pre-written out prompt for the benefit of just really showing you what an application can do in a reasonable period of time. I will also help you understand how you can create different prompts, customized prompts in later videos. But I think it's important for us to just start with some practical applications that we can use and that we would be using in a business setting. So I'm going to go ahead and copy it and paste it, and I will put the actual prompt in my description when I upload the video so that you'll have an opportunity to see it. And so I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste the prompt into the chat window. And I want to kind of show you some of the functions that's in this window. Let's go to where you see build. So where you see build, the reason it's there is because you can rather just copy and paste a very well crafted prompt and it'll start building that application for you. Or you may want to choose plan, and that will allow you to kind of create it, uh, especially if you want to do a lot of customization for yourself or for your customer. You may want to plan it out a little bit, and that will allow you to do it that way. You can also use this particular prompt, this particular icon, which is you can just start speaking to it, your intention, your idea. I have an idea for an application, and start just communicating to it. And then it will, like, you're giving it the end result, and then it will give you the how to, and it'll just build the prompt that will generate what it perceives you want from the intent that you communicated to it. And then obviously you're going to be fine tuning either way you go, but this is another way you can start. And then you would just hit this button and that will send it, and the engine will start running and start building it for you. But before we do that, I also wanted to show you this meaning here, which is the model. So you have a lot of different, this is cloth that we are using, and there's a lot of different models that have different strengths and weaknesses. Um, you can use auto mode, and then what that will do is just choose for you, because a lot of times you may not know exactly what you're going to need for it to build, so the auto mode will make all of those back end choices for you. And then here on the plus side, when you see that plus sign, it allows you to do things like attach uploads, images, because remember, this is your ability to input into the building process. Um, so there's no limitations on that. And then you also have your connectors, because to you want to your connectors is what allows you to, take credit card payments. It allows you to do the scheduling through Gmail, because all phone systems have to connect to your Gmail account, and that's where it will schedule it for you. So there's a lot of basic connections that you would need to use. What kind of communication styles are you going to use? So this is where it would happen in terms of your connectors. And that is how you would get to those options by the plus sign. All right, so there's many different options here. What I'm basically are going to show you today is how to build the shell. And then on your own time, you will learn and go through the connections and make it functional. But today's lesson is just to show you the power of what this building tool can do for you. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the send button and allow it to start building my for me. So after the application is built, you're presented with the actual layout of the application. It starts with the dashboard, of course, which is your financial statistics, um, the outstanding balances, the revenue for the month, basic financial reporting. And then you have your proposal card or section. And this right here is a canned one, of course, but it just shows you what you can do. You can actually hit new proposal and then generate your own proposals. You hit invoice, and on the left side, it just gives you the basic information of the client information, the issue date of the invoice, as well as the due date, and then it provides the services that were rendered. To the right side is the actual invoice that you can send directly to the customer. Um, the header information would have your company information. Beneath the header starts with your client information. Again, the descriptions of the services that you rendered and the balance that is due. You can go here and download it or save it to a thumb drive or to a directory. And then you record payments when they are actually provided to you. So this is really a good built-in accounting system provided from our base 44, using the prompt that I provided it to build this proposal and invoice application. Here's your client tab where you can keep the information of your clients by rather editing these canned ones or also hitting new client tab. You have the categories. The categories are all of the services that you offer, as well as the pricing for them. It's very important that you know what your service is worth so that you're never being ambiguous. There's no confusion. If there is any adjustments that need to be made, you're able to do that on the spot by hitting the edit button right here. And if you are no longer needing that category, you can just hit the delete button. And then lastly is the settings. And the settings is where initially when you create this application, it will not have your business name there. So that's where I was able to, edit it and put in my business name, my address of my business. This here still can, but I would put the address of my business And also I wanted to upload a logo. In this particular one, I wanted to upload an image that will be reflective of proposals and invoice. So what I did was to create images. You really wouldn't do it here in the building tool. You would use like Chat GPT, go to the image button and ask Chat to build you an image that represents proposals and invoices or whatever you're trying to create. It did do a good job. So I went ahead, saved it from chat, put it on my hard drive, and then uploaded it here. So I'm going to go back to dashboard because when you're in dashboard and you have hit the publish button, you haven't completely published it yet, but you're on the publish button, then it will provide you with, once you're at the dashboard, it'll provide you home. And on the side of home is an icon that will show you multiple views of your application. So the one that we're currently looking at is a desktop view. But then if I was to hit that icon, it would show me what this particular application would look like on an iPad. And if I hit it one more time, I'm able to see what it would look like in a mobile app. So these are all possibilities of how you want to render this particular application. Okay, so I just completed running the refinement prompt, and I recommend that every time you build a new application. The first or initial build of the application is going to get you about 90% of a finished product. It's called minimum viable product. But running that refinement prompt really adds to making sure that all remaining warnings and bugs and minor errors are addressed on the back end. It really doesn't change the front end. So you will have basically the same visual on the front end. You'll have your dashboard, the proposal, invoice, clients, catalog, and settings. You'll also notice that it is saying my business name, AI Next Level Solutions, with the icon that I uploaded. So it maintained all of that. So now we're ready to hit the publish button, and the publish button allows you to say where you want this application to reside. I want it to be a web application. You do have the choice of making it a mobile app, but this one will be a web application. It asked me the application's visibility. I chose it to be private. So you do have a public and a workspace item. I chose it to be private. And then lastly, it's going to ask you about security scans. Earlier, I did have some security issues. So when I selected security status, I was able to ask AI to fix the bugs. And I hit that button, it did the scans, it found 5 errors, it fixed it, and now there's no more risk. So basically, this product is ready to be published. All right, so that concludes our lesson for today, and I'll see you on the next video.